Hi there everyone. I am making this video specifically for a machine that is posted on Craigslist now. It is the Singer 301, and over the years Singer made a lot of sewing machines. This machine is one of the machines that made Singer really famous for their stitching. It is a straight stitch only machine. It was the very first slant shank machine, and what that means is that the needle and the feet, or actually I should say the needle, comes out at a slant, so it's sort of like a 10 degrees off of the vertical. And this was the beginning of many slant designs for Singer, but this was the first one. And this machine, when it came out in 1951, was a really big deal. There were lots of patents on it. Singer was celebrating their 100th anniversary, and there were a lot of firsts, a lot of engineering firsts for a straight stitch sewing machine. One of the key things to note about the 301 is that if you are familiar with the Singer Featherweight, many people love that machine for a number of reasons, one of which is that it's very lightweight. The Featherweight is one of the only sewing machines from the vintage era that you can honestly say is portable. Many machines came in cases, but if you're just going to take a machine and be on the run with it, and you want to go maybe to a quilting or you want to take it somewhere and sew, most machines are pretty darn heavy because they're all steel. But the innovation with the Featherweight and then later with the 301 is that they had a cast aluminum body. The machine is all steel inside, but the body being aluminum, it allowed them to lighten the weight. So Featherweights are around 12 pounds, give or take. The Singer 301s are around 16, so you can actually carry them. And I'll pull up this handle. I think you guys can see here. Yeah. Tilt this up a little bit. Yeah, and you can see the handle. It included a built-in handle, so you could take it. And the machine was innovative in a number of ways. When you install a sewing machine in a sewing cabinet, it's not hard. It's held in with set screws. But you need to tilt the machine back, and then you need to undo the screws, and it's not something that's convenient to do, but it's not hard, just not very convenient. So Singer invented a special way to make it easy when you were on the go and you wanted to take your Singer 301 with you. They created what they called a cradle, and this is included. You'll see this in the photos on the post. They designed a little cradle, and it has the same hinge pins as the machines do. So this sits down in a Singer table, and then when you want to put your machine in the table, there's a little spring-loaded clip here, and the machine slides right into this cradle. And then when you're ready to go, you pull the clip back, you grab the machine by the handle, and away you go. So it's the only machine they did this for, and this is how important this machine was to them back at the turn of the 50s. So great product design for the time, trying to be innovative, figure out a way not only to make it lightweight, but to make it convenient to put in and out of a table. And even if you don't take your machine anywhere, you would still use the cradle if you want to put this machine in a table. Some of you will simply put it in a carrying case, and that's not an issue. But if you want a table, you would get a cradle. And like I say, it's kind of unique because it's the only machine that this was ever done for. Now, this machine shares the same bobbin system as the Featherweight. So if you are used to sewing on a Featherweight and you know the Featherweight's bobbin, you will recognize this. It has the same bobbin and the same bobbin case. The primary difference is that the motor is larger. It's a different design motor and really a different design machine, but you have the same bobbin system. And I'm going to try to show you folks the thing that makes this machine so coveted. Sort of working with morning light here in the sunroom, so bear with me. I'll try, let's see if I can tilt it this way. This machine has that same amazing straight stitch quality that you see in Singer Featherweights or Singer 201s. And people who really love straight stitches, and I'm speaking to those of you who are quilters, maybe you do couture gowns or wedding gowns, something where the perfection of your stitch is just really primary. You really can't get much of a straighter stitch than with one of the rotary Singers, and this is one of those. And you've heard me maybe talk about that before in some of the other videos. Let's see what else to mention. Your bobbin winder is on the front, which it's very convenient. It's a very simple design. You have stitch length control, And then of course you have reverse, and this reverse you can set it if you want to keep going in reverse. It's not one of the hold downs. And of course you have a light, which doesn't really show up right now here in the daytime. And it takes a whole variety of needles. You can sew knits with this. You can sew heavier fabrics, but this machine really shines in your light to medium weight fabrics. And when you're really wanting a stitch that just is like a work of art. I know I sound like I'm exaggerating, but you will find other people who love this machine just as well. And I sell a lot of these to people who quilt, and again, people who do formal gowns, things where the stitch quality is going to be noticed more than normal. So anyway, the main purpose of this video, other than me giving you the backstory of the machine, which I like to do, I'm not going to go over all the restoration that was done on the machine. You'll see that in my post on Craigslist. So I want you to see this machine run, hear it run, and I'm going to start with my long stitch here. And of course, I'll do my back tacking. One of the things about singers that's kind of interesting is that because they have a narrow feed dog, you can actually turn your fabric. You saw me just do a little U-turn there. The stronger and wider your feed dogs, the less likely you are to be able to do this. And so that's why you can sew heavy fabrics with this machine, but I would rather do upholstery work with a machine that has wider feed dogs. This machine really excels at what you're seeing I'm doing with it right now. You can do free motion embroidery with it, lower the feed dogs. It's a wonderful stitch, and I just love the featherweight bobbin design that Singer kept when they did this machine. The quality of the stitch is really unparalleled. And like all rotary Singers, you can get a very, very short, when I say short, I mean super short stitch, that I call it the micro dot stitch. One of the finest stitches I've ever seen on a machine. And it will sew and sew and sew for you. Let's see, what else to mention to you? One thing I'd like to point out as well is I've had people ask me before about the vintage foot pedal, and this Singer, like many Singers, has its original pedal. It's been opened, serviced, cleaned, adjusted, inspected, and this pedal is interesting because it's a button style that Singer developed, and Necke has one, but Singer is the one who really innovated this. And if you didn't know better, if you put your foot down, it doesn't work like an accelerator like most sewing pedals. If you're new to this, those of you who have this know this already, but you'll notice that there's like a little raised area here. This is where you actually rest your foot, and then you tilt your foot. Pretend my knuckle here is sort of the ball of my foot here, and I'm going to turn it. So you can sort of use the ball of your foot on the pedal. I'll do that. And that was designed to prevent foot fatigue. So some people, if they sew for long periods, their ankles get tired because you're flexing, you've got flexion on your ankle. This was early ergonomically friendly design. And again, it was one of the things that Singer pioneered. This foot pedal specifically can be used in if you have a Singer cabinet that's set up with a knee control, there's a little slot. And I showed this on the Singer 500A that I was doing a video before. You can actually slide this down into the slot and use it for knee control as well. So very flexible, very innovative for the time. And again, this machine, I think it had more patents than any Singer up until that point, 1951. But magnificent, all steel, all metal, and has been fully serviced as I show in the listing. If you have any questions about any of the items, including there are many accessories I have with this particular one, including a blind stitch attachment, just contact me through the Craigslist post, and I'll be happy to answer any questions, and we can set up a time for you to come and sew on it and see what you think. Thanks.